Hey guys, this is Ruben with Red Alpha, and I wanted to try something a little bit different with our videos. I want to see if we can capture some behind the scenes type stuff. I had an idea that I pitched to a few business owners several months ago, maybe it was even last year, about doing what I call behind the X's and O's of business. Basically, it's just the stuff that goes on before the product is made. You know, there's always a story, there's a backstory, there's challenges, there's just circumstances that aren't perfect scenarios, right? To be able to thrive or succeed in business, and those are some of the things that I want to talk about. So in this video, you're gonna see, us, my wife and I, doing some work. It's a simple decal that we did for Manny's Kitchen over there in Hamlin. And, but the story behind the decal, right? And I'm not talking about our story. I'm talking about our customer story, right? If you can just hear some of the obstacles and the challenge that the owner of Manny's Kitchen had to go through is, it's just really inspiring. And I don't want to mention their name or anything like other than the business, because it's a personal thing. But we touched on how something small can make a big impact on our faith and in our outlook and the perspective that we form around a particular thought or vision, right? And I believe that our perspective is important. How we see things. A lot of times when it comes to challenges in life or challenges that we face as business owners, young entrepreneurs, a lot of times our perspective is going to make the difference between whether or not we have to shut down the doors of our business or if we can push through, because it's not easy. And those of you who are in business, you know that if it was easy, everybody would do it. It's something that we repeat over and over, but we rarely discuss the challenges. How do you navigate the waters of being a young business owner or making it past the hump? For us, whenever we first started business, one of the first things that I was looking at is the statistic of, I don't know what, 50%, 50 to 75% of businesses go out of business within the first 2 to 5 years. So my first challenge was to prove to myself that I can make it past the 2-year mark. And then it was the 5-year mark. And then it was the 7-year mark. And now, over 12 years later, we're still in business and I'm still using the same tools, the same frame of reference, and the same knowledge that I did in the beginning, and I'm using it now. And now I want to share it with other people. And it's something that I've done over the years regularly, just sharing little bits of wisdom and just from experience. It's not, I'm not saying that I'm just this old wise guy or anything like that, but I've learned a couple of things. I've made it through a couple of deals, and most recently we've made it through what's been called the worst pandemic in our history, right? And so we were able to navigate those waters and come out ahead. We weren't just barely scraping by. We were actually growing in the middle of a time whenever people were worried whether or not they can keep the doors of their business open. And so, with Manny's Kitchen, we talked about just the power of faith, just believing in something. And I told him something that I learned a long time ago, but what's new to you or what's old to you can change somebody's life. And so I told him, I said, that faith is not believing in something that doesn't actually exist. Faith, the fact that you have hope for it, is evidence that the thing that you're hoping for, that you're having faith for, actually exists. See, that changes your frame of reference. Whenever you start looking at your faith, and if you have hope for it, that's the evidence that what you're hoping for actually exists. So that makes you get up early in the morning a little bit differently, right? Your prayer life starts to be different. The way that you talk starts to change. The way that you carry yourself around other people or just in general, it starts to change, because you know that you're on a mission, and you know that every step that you take is getting you one step closer to that vision that God has given you. And so it's just something that it, just a small thing. And whenever we put that decal, it brought Manny's Kitchen's vision to life. right? It's just a small decal. And you know, I was telling my wife on the way back, I said, you know, a lot of times people, you know, we hear the, you know, go big or go home. And you know, but what happens when you can't go big, right? You know, the Bible talks about do not despise the place of small beginnings, right? And that's something that I look at my wife and I, and you know, we never tried to be big shots, but we prided ourselves in being little shots that keep on shooting, right? We always get up. I used to kind of look at myself in the mirror and say, you know what, you're a master of getting back up. And it didn't matter what came my way. I knew that I was going to get back up. I was going to fight one more round. I was going to do it one more time. I was going to make one more phone call. I was going to have one more conversation. I'm going to meet up with someone one more time. I'm going to try to sell another t-shirt, and I'm going to try to, you know, sell another banner, whatever the case may be. But I was going to wake up every day believing that that day was the day that I could step in to the provision that I've been praying for. I don't know if some of you guys have gone through life and it's like, you know, the vision's taking a little bit long time. You know, we've been through that. And I'm going to have another video where my wife and I are talking a little bit about that. But for this one right here, I wanted to just kind of give you a taste of some of the things that we're going to talk about, just the stuff that goes on behind the scenes. And it motivates me just to talk about it because, you know, there's someone out there that maybe needs to hear it. There's someone out there that just needs to hear, you know what, get back up one more time. You know, go one more round and give it one more shot. You know, I heard one of these guys on another, you know, on a TikTok video where he said, just don't quit today. Oh, man. Because all we have today, right? Tomorrow's already gone. Tomorrow's never been promised. All we have is today. And so what you do today is what's going to make your tomorrow. And so today, if you don't have everything you need, then it has to be seed. Sow into your tomorrow today. Whatever you have, sow it into your tomorrow. Get it done today. Make the calls today. Get the reps in today. Get the practice in today. Start perfecting your craft. Start working on your script. Start working on your process and draw it out. Let me see how it's going to look. All those things. And man, we got stories about how we've brought things to life, and you know, we're continuing to do that. We're definitely not where we want to be, and you know, because we're pushing every single day, but we've made it through some things, and we're proud of the accomplishments that we make. And so we want to be able to share some of these stories with you. Now we're finally in a position to share some of these stories with you, and you know, without being fake, right? This last thing I wanted to do is be fake about it, right? I wanted to be genuine. I didn't want it to be scripted or, you know, looking at my notes or things like that. You know, I've always done better whenever it's just me being me and not trying to prove myself to no one. But anyways, this right here is the first segment of the Red Alpha Behind the X's and O's. I hope you guys tune in, like and subscribe to all our social media channels. We're going to be doing some shorts out of these videos, and then we're going to be putting the longer versions on YouTube as well. So we hope that you guys interact. If there's a subject that you'd like for us to talk about that you think that you'd like to hear me say, you know, just put it in the comment sections, and we'll get after it. All right. Anyways, have a great day. It's the 4th of July weekend. Do everything that you want to do because we're still free. You know, regardless of what social media is telling us, we are still living in the land of the free because of the brave, right? And thank God that we get the opportunity to wake up in this great country of ours. Anyways, Ruben Red Alpha out.